Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. On today's episode, we're going to build this tire changer from scratch, complete with the duck head attachments, a custom bead breaker. We're going to work on the tire off my 2006 F-150. This is the original spare. It was made in the 22nd week of 05. We're also going to work on this 18-inch BMW wheel. This wheel has tires that are rated for over 200 kilometers an hour. They have exceptionally difficult beads to break. Stick around to the end of the video and I will go over my failures and my successes, what worked best on this tire changer, and what didn't work the best. Today, let's build a tire changer. Today, everything you see here, we are going to make into a tire changer, a manual tire changer, almost from scratch. A few pieces that we bought were the duck head, the flange to hold the rim tight, and we're using for the thread in the middle. This is a adjustable leg off of a scaffolding. Everything else is just dimensional steel, mostly 2x2, either 3/16 or 1/4 inch. There's a couple pieces of 2.5, 1.5, and then multiple different types of round bar. So we'll start with the spine. This is the main backbone of the tire changer. We'll start by putting the foot on it. You'll see here that I have a bunch of holes drilled in here. This is to rosette weld the Acme thread into the post. We'll do that later on in the video. First piece we're going to add though is the foot. So we want to index that so it's to the outside. We want this slightly offside. This is going to be our mounting point for our bead breaker, the base for that. So we'll start by welding this. Okay, the next piece we're going to put in this is the Acme thread. Now this thread has a pinch spot so the flange nut doesn't go all the way off for safety reasons on scaffolding. So for this purpose, we're going to put that on the inside, just below the edge, and that will give us plenty of material to work with. Now that we got that rosette welded in, our flange for our tire. Tack it on two sides and double check it. So this is going to be the base for the bead breaker where your tires sit on. How this is going to work. It's going to sit like this. This piece here will index into the stem via this piece here. And it'll be held in with a pin. All these holes here are to put pins in so the tire doesn't slide when you're trying to break the bead. The reason I did it like this is most of the Harbor Freight style just has this piece here, then the rim hangs off. And this damages the rim on a lot of the videos. So I decided to add these wings, and I make this piece removable so you're not tripping over it once you have the beads broken. We'll mark this with a hole. So here I made a little plate that the duck head will bolt to. Definitely crooked, but it'll be alright. So this is going to slide into the hitch of the truck. Pin will go through there. This long piece is going to attach to the hitch. And at the end of that, I wanted to have enough room that when the tailgate is down, the tailgate is my workbench. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this pivot for an adjustment. The other vehicles, or the other tire changers I've seen that were put in trailer hitches, they had trouble getting it stable because they had no way to adjust it tighter into the ground. So what I'm going to do with this is going to go into the hitch. Tire changer is going to be at the other end of this bar. This piece of angle iron is going to be welded here. And this bolt is going to go here. This is going to force it to articulate and force the tire changer into the ground to make it more stable while using it. That way when you're trying to break beads, it's not going anywhere because it's going to have 200, 300, 400 pounds of pressure driving it into the ground from the trailer hitch of the truck. And that's the one thing that I've seen with people that had trailer hitches attached to their tire changers is they moved around, they were loose. So this is just a fix for that idea. And that's basically the idea for this whole tire changer, is I took as many of the good ideas as I could find, because there's hundreds of videos of these Harbor Freight style tire changers being modified to do a better job. So we're gonna make this one from scratch, try to fix as many of the issues that we've seen with the Harbor Freight tire changer and the adaptations that people have done, and this is what we'll end up with. There's nothing too special about this, we just need to have enough room for this to swivel. So I'm going to knock it out just a little. So we'll put our flange that receives the bolt right at the very edge. These two shims. The reason I have these two shims is to move the bolt away, so I have enough room to put a wrench or a socket on it to crank it down nice and tight. 15 inches, close enough. So before we do any more welding and grinding, what I'm going to do is I'm going to test assemble what I have made so far. Start with the piece that goes into the trailer hitch. For now, I'm going to loosen this off. I also still need to cut the slot to pin wheel in place so it doesn't turn. Now these bigger wheels is why I bought this larger flange. But I also knew this flange was going to hit the bottom and still not tighten on a wheel. So for special occasions like this, I have this old wheel spacer that doesn't have any studs. I will slot it as well, and that will lift it up, and I will clean out the center of this so the flange will pass it. So that's going to work. I just have to clean out enough material that the flange will sit down in. My only other option is I take this flange and I machine this down until it intersects with what this one will do. Then I can use one or the other without the spacer. Okay, let's try this again. This piece goes down inside, slams the wheel. Now I will have to clean this up better to get it to slide down more. Worst case, I might take a piece of this boiler pipe, cut this off, and put the boiler pipe on and have it as a rest. So yes, I'll make that piece, shorten this up, and fix that accordingly. And this is going to be for the duck head attachment. Hook the bead. So right off the bat, I realized I made a mistake. I made this piece too short, and this is too close to the tire to pull the second bead up over the shoe. Aluminum wheel, just put it right on. Cone goes down, and the cone touches the inner ring, not the outer ring, so it's not going to bother the paint on any aluminum wheels. So I made a new centerpiece, 2 different lengths. Push on here. Oh, yeah. Just need more soap. That's in. Valve's in a safe. So for balancing tires with this tire changer, obviously I'm not gonna buy a spin balancer. So what I've done is I've bought these Eco Balance glass beads off Amazon by using a simple kitchen scale. The product comes with a chart where you pick out your tire size and it tells you how many ounces to weigh up of the glass beads to put inside the tire to internally balance the tire. For larger tires, this is extremely successful. I would probably shy away from using it on smaller tires or tires with a small sidewall, even though they are listed in here, but that's just my preference. I don't know that much about them, I just know that I've had success and I know a lot of people that have. So that's what I'm going to do to have a balancing system to go with this tire changer. So one of the biggest successes with this tire changer is this bead breaker. You'll notice in a lot of videos of these tire changers, this bead breaker is flopping around. I made sure that this would tighten on the moving parts. That way you could lift it up out of your way. You didn't have to fight it while you're moving the tire around. And the biggest success to this tire changer I can attribute to a piece of this wheel. I got this on Marketplace for 25 bucks. There's a guy selling, he's got hundreds of them, he's selling them for fire pits. So I basically just cut this little piece out of this section. Then I cut 2 more grooves to put this 2-inch square tubing into it, welded it all up, and then I tapered the back so it wouldn't affect the rims. It has a perfect compound curve that reaches down underneath the bead. So a couple of things I had to fight with was the center pin. So I first started by adding a washer, but my rough welds just got in the way, it didn't work. So I set that aside, then I made this new one. This new one worked well until I realized it was too short and I couldn't take the bottom bead off when I was removing the tire. So I then went to this third one, which is just simply a piece of the scaffolding that matches the thread that I have on the tire changer, and just a piece of boiler pipe. I put a couple holes in, did some rosette welds, and it works perfect. It indexes perfectly into the cones to make them center. I have 2 different size cones, that way if I have a smaller diameter hole, I'll do less damage to the wheel will be safer. For steel wheels with a big center bore, obviously this is going to run in to the plate on my tire changer, and it's not going to go down and clamp the wheel. So I needed something for these to fit into. So I made this. I just took a wheel spacer, hole saw, cut the center out. I cut a slot, that way the pin will still go through it. This is able to, it's not upside down, this is able to go into the hole enough that it will lock down on the center bore of most wheels. Obviously I'm going to come across some wheels that will need more adjustment, and I'll deal with that at the time. Now another success that I'm happy with is my trailer hitch attachment. This allows me to put this in the trailer hitch of the truck, tighten it down, put tension on the tire changer, so no matter how hard I'm reefing on it, it stays steady. I did that one tire that's 20 years old, and I had to use a 5-foot bar to run the duck head around in order to get it to take the bottom bead off. If it wasn't stable, it would have been 10 times harder. So overall, I'm extremely happy with how the tire changer turned out. I'm sure I'll do some minor adjustments after I change a few more sets. But here at my house, I've got 2 or 3 sets of new tires that have to go on this year. And just those few sets will easily cover my time and effort I put into this machine by not having to go to a garage. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time.